Morning, welcome back. We're going to try some baking today. I'm not a baker, I'm not experienced, but we're going to give it a try. So I'm going to try a really simple recipe I found online. There's millions of different recipes for bread. We're going to cook this one in the Dutch pot. Done some research and it requires quite a lot of heat on that, so I'm going to get that going. But this is going to be quite a long prove. So, big old mixing bowl, a cup and a half of warm water. No idea what it means by warm, but there you go. Going to use some flax for dusting, about 3 cups of flour, some salt and some yeast. So I'm going to set about doing this and then put it away for 12 to 18 hours and see what magic happens in the meantime. It's like chemistry, isn't it?
Yeah. Were you any good at that at school?
No.
Okay.
Baking update. We've done some dough. We didn't have all of the ingredients and I'm not a baker, alright? But let's have a quick look at what we've got here.
We're in lockdown, so we've got to make do.
This started out as about a tiny piece of dough, and it's growing. Have you ever seen the movie The Blob? Either the 1950 one or the 1990 remake. It's really massive.
They did ask for cornmeal on it, but we have only had flaxseed.
Yeah, we've got flax. So
milled flax. So
we'll see how that works out. What we're going to do, so I've got a bunch of coals on, so we're going to plop this into a Dutch pot and cook it for about 40 minutes. So it's a bit of an experiment. I've also got a spatchcock that I'm doing as well, so that should work out quite nicely. I'm going to do some
pit beans.
Some pit beans, some pit beans underneath the spatchcock chicken. Yeah, we'll see how this works out. It might not result in a video, but it might. We'll see. The recipe for pit beans needs some salt and some pepper, some garlic, a bit of unsalted butter to fry the onions off in. Any leftover meat you've got, so this is a pulled pork leftovers we've got from the freezer. Any ends you've got basically from anything you barbecued would be perfect for this. We've got a bit of cumin, we've got some paprika and some cayenne in there, whatever barbecue sauce you've got. Some baked beans, some kidney beans that are drained, and a pot to do them in. So these are going to go into this smoker. We're going to hot smoke these. This might not be big enough, but we might have to put it in a small Dutch pot. So we'll see what the volumes are when we get everything ready. But these are going to go into the smoker for a little while, and they can go in for ages. If you've got a massive amount of this stuff, it can go in for, if you're doing like a pork shoulder or something, it can go in for the duration, mostly for the duration. Lucas, give it a rest. Mostly for the duration of the cook. Silence, absolute silence. But this is going to be quite a short cook, so we're going to do a spatchcock chicken over the top of it, so all the spatchcock juices will come into the pot as well. So I think we'll use the smallest of the Dutch pots. So I better crack on and get this going. So we've got some dough in here. No idea how it's going to turn out. It's got some flax on it. I'm going to turn this into the Dutch pot, which is up to heat, I think.
Go on then, do it.
Yeah, shall I just get on with it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I need to put this in like this. Oh, goodness me.
Wow. Just flatten it out a bit.
I've got to shake it about a bit, I think. And then
That's it. Do it again. I think you should do it again. That's it. It looks great.
yeah, all right. Well, let's put this lid on, and we'll see if it cooks, if it makes some bread. We're going to do some spatchcock chicken. We're going to hot smoke it. So we're going to do it on a bed of herbs. So we've got some coriander here, otherwise known as cilantro. And we've got some parsley. Basically, whatever you can get that's a nice leafy bed for this spatchcock to sit on, because it's going to sit in the hot smoker. I've taken the water pan out of the smoker, so it's going to be a hot smoke, a short smoke, but it's very, very, very tasty. And underneath this chicken and herb combo, the pit beans are sitting there, so any juices are going to sit and fall into the pit beans. So that'll be quite nice combination. So I'll come back to you when I've done the spatchcocking and show you the flattened chicken that we're going to put onto the smoker.
Delightful.
Chicken is spatchcocked,
Roadkill.
road-killed, so it's nice and flat. It's going to cook fairly quickly compared to a regular roast or something like that. So we're going to, you can see there, that whole backbone here has been snipped out. Use a pair of poultry shears or a sharp knife, whatever, that'll work. So I'm going to take this nice herby bed and we're going to put it down on the smoker grill and put the chicken across it. Okay, and that will really cook very, very nicely. And the greenery will stop it from getting too burnt from the bottom. Like I said, I've taken out the water pan from the smoker, so it won't be retaining all that sort of hot, moist air in the smoker because it's a short cook. So I'm going to bung this in. The pit beans are already in the smoker; they're doing quite nicely. So I'm going to bung this in and probably give it an hour, and then we'll check on it. It doesn't take too long, probably an hour. Between an hour and 2 hours, depending on the size of the chicken you've got, but it does need to reach about 95 degrees. So we'll use the probe to make sure that it's reached temperature before we start eating it. Did I say 95 degrees?
I don't know, I wasn't listening.
What do you want to say?
It's about 75 degrees.
75.
75 degrees Celsius.
Do you want to change your mind again?
No, be quiet now. Okay, so reminder, disclaimer really, I'm no baker. Let's see what the bread's doing, shall we? Ouch. Ready?
Yeah. Oh my god, that looks amazing. Is it ready?
No, it's
Can I eat
nowhere
it?
near ready. No.
Okay.
I think I'm going to have to put a bit more heat on that.
Yep.
Quite a lot more heat.
Hurry up.
Alright. Have a look at the smoker temperature. So the smoker temperature is about, oh god, I can't read that.
300?
Fahrenheit. Yeah. What we've got in here is the chicken, spatchcock chicken on the bed
Looks nice.
of herbs, and it's at the moment it's about 60 degrees. So, and you can see the Dutch pot with the pit beans underneath. We're going to leave that a little longer. That's dried out now. That's protecting the chicken and infusing the chicken with a herby taste. And any drippings will be coming into the Dutch pot. We're going to give that a little while longer till it gets to at least 75 degrees, and then probably a little longer till the crispy skin starts appearing on the chicken. And then we'll take it off, portion it up, and then we've got a little bit of Dutch pot bread that's coming out just now. It's okay, it's not bad. And then we'll have something to eat, so we'll serve up and then come back probably at that point when I've portioned up the chicken. We might come back a little earlier actually as the chicken is ready, and then just show how that looks. The pit beans are about done. What you'll find is that they will really develop a nice crust on the top. So it's a really good idea to keep them moist with either some Coke or some beer, but just give them a stir either part way through or as they come off. It was a fairly short smoke. So I usually do this with a bit of pork shoulder, which is a 10 to 12 hour cook. But yeah, they look pretty good. I'll probably just give them a little bit of moisture, probably some beer or some Coke or something, just to loosen them up and keep them nice and moist until the chicken is ready, and the chicken is nearly ready. So I'm going to flip the chicken to crisp its skin out on the smoker. Remember, I took the water pan out, so it's hotter than usual. So it's a short smoke, a short hot smoke for the spatchcock chicken. So I'm going to cover this up. We've got a bit of bread here to have with the pit beans. The bread turned out pretty good. It's the first time I've tried this for a long time. I'm not a baker, but it's going to go really well with this. And we'll probably come back when we're done and ready to eat. Okay, everything's ready. So we've got some pit beans here. They've done really nicely. So it can either be a main or a side, depending on how much leftover stuff you've got. The spatchcock chicken is about done. It's nicely done, about 80 degrees Celsius, and that can be jointed up. So you've got a couple of nice chicken breasts and wings. They're going to fall off there pretty easily by this stage. And you've got some legs, so you've got some nice thigh portions, some drumsticks, and those are going to taste really nice. And a little bit of bread on the side as well. So happy Easter everyone, and good eating, and we'll see you tomorrow for burgers. So we're going to do some burgers tomorrow, and there's a smashed burgers, the only kind. Don't let anybody tell you different. Alright? So we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.